Hello, witches. I am High Priestess Venus. Thank you for hopping on this quick but I believe very impactful live word about the importance of listening to Hecate if you are her devotee. It's so important to listen to Hecate. Now, before I go any further, be sure to share this broadcast with a witch or two or three that is a devotee of Hecate or wanting to be a devotee of Hecate, because this word, like I said at the beginning, is going to be impactful. Go ahead and get a piece of paper, a notebook, a notepad, a pen, pencil, marker, crayon, something to write with to really get this word, because this is a short word today, but straight to the point, impactful, informative, and helpful. If you are a devotee of Hecate, it's so important to listen to her word and her word alone. Don't listen to the news media. Don't listen too much to social media. The reason why I say don't listen too much to social media, because even though there are other witches, high priests, and high priestesses like myself that is anointed and appointed to be a high priestess by Hecate, you still have to confirm with Hecate that witch, that high priest, that high priestess is indeed speaking on her behalf. But especially the news media. The news media's main focus, first and foremost, is to bring viewers in, is to make ratings soar. You have to listen to Hecate's voice alone. If you are a true blue devotee of Hecate, you would reject every other voice. And yes, that also includes the voices of your family and friends. They come second when you need real help. They come second when you need a real voice to not just speak into your ears, but speak into your spirit. Hecate, any god or goddess, speaks into your spirit, not just your ears, because it can very easily go out, come in one ear and go out the other ear, and then you forget about it. When you are a devotee of Hecate, you don't forget what she has said. When you are a devotee of Hecate, you have never forgotten what she said. If you ignore her voice, you live with regret. If you ignore the voice of Hecate, you will live with regret. Because Hecate, the queen of witches, is never wrong. Let me say this again. The queen of witches, Hecate, is never wrong. You may not like what she said or even how she said it, but she is true. She is the only truth. The only truth. Every other voice has a motive. Every other voice can lie to you, but Hecate cannot. Her word, when Hecate tells you about future events to come, when Hecate speaks of the past and the present, she is telling you the truth. She cannot lie. And a lot of witches fall back from Hecate because they don't like what she said or how she said it. It doesn't matter if you're offended. It doesn't matter if your feelings might be hurt. Your ego might be bruised. It doesn't matter. If you are a genuine, authentic devotee of Hecate, you would accept her word as truth, because it is truth. There is a reason why Hecate is the queen of witches. It is because the majority of witches turn to her, have met her as a crossroads in their life or actual crossroads in the real world. And she, being a light bearer, being a torch bearer as well, has revealed a path, revealed which side of the crossroads they should walk. And she has been right every time. 100% of the time. There is no possibly, maybe she's right, maybe she's wrong about this, maybe she's confused about this, maybe she's not really understanding your situation. That those things don't exist. Those things don't exist. I have found in all of my time as being a witch before really devoting myself to her is to listen to her. I don't care what's going on in the world. I don't. Whatever is going on in the world, Hecate already knew it was going to happen, because Hecate is the past, the present, and the future. Hecate, the queen of witches, is the past, the present, and the future. She is. She is what witches call, quote unquote, the all. The all. Hecate is the all. She is. She is. Hecate is the all. Whatever chaos, mayhem, shocking events, surprising events that come for the rest of 2024 must not come as a surprise, must not come as a shock to the devotees of Hecate, because she has told witches who are devotees of her what is to come, what is going to happen in the foreseeable future. For those witches, and only those witches who have ears to hear, witches that want to be spoken to. Hecate is not going to speak to you if you don't want to listen. She's not going to waste her breath. She's not. Hecate is not the type of goddess or god that would baby you. She's not the type of goddess that will help you if you are not helping yourself. Hecate is not in the business of treating you like a baby, holding your hand. No, she's not like that. Hecate is straightforward. Sometimes I wonder if Hecate is actually a Scorpio, because she's so strong. And not just because I am a Scorpio, but because she's so strong. Hecate is so mighty. Hecate is a powerhouse. If you are a devotee of Hecate, you have to now, even with everything that has recently happened in the world, the two biggest things that outage from yesterday, the attempted assassination of former President Trump, Hecate knew both of those things were coming. She told witches these things were going to happen. She only told the witches that were willing to listen to her. You know, some witches see what's happening in the world and they become worried. They become concerned. They become, all is lost. There's no hope. There's no chance of things being turned around. It's over. They give up. They throw in the towel. No, Hecate does not work like that. I don't listen to the voice of the world. I listen to the voice of the Queen of Witches. And if you are a devotee of Hecate, you have to start doing this too. You're going to miss out on your blessings. You're going to miss out what is just for you. Only you. You're going to miss out on receiving gifts from Hecate. Getting downloads to improve your life from Hecate. Getting ideas. Getting sudden bursts of inspiration. Sudden bursts of inspiration from Hecate. If you choose to go down the other part of the crossroads where there is nothing but chaos, mayhem, depression, sadness, worried, concern, feeling like you want to throw in the towel. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. If you are a devotee of Hecate, then your sole purpose is to listen to her voice and ignore all others. I'm serious. Your parents, your friends, your best friend, your husband, your boyfriend, your kids, they are not the centerpiece of your hearing, of where you get your information, of where you get your advice. It comes from Hecate. Because Hecate knows the past, the present, and the future. I'm talking to witches who are serious about Hecate. I'm talking to witches who are seriously interested in having real significant and permanently positive change through witchcraft by being a devotee of Hecate and listening to her word more so now in this year than any other year previously. What happens to other people in the world who are not devotees of Hecate will not happen to you. Will not happen to you. The chaos, the mayhem, the worry, the craziness, the idiocy that happens to other people will not be your fate if you are a devotee of Hecate and you listen to what she says. It won't happen to you. It won't happen to you. It won't happen to you. Because when you come under Hecate's covering, all worry, all concern, all bouts of depression, all willingness to just throw in the towel when things are not going well goes away from you. She receives it, she takes it into herself and dispels it, gets rid of it. Bye. You can't linger here anymore. You're not wanted here anymore. Whatever burden you have, I don't care what the burden is, okay? I don't care what the burden is. Whatever burden you have, give it to the Queen of Witches. Because she can do more for you than you can do for yourself. Because she is mighty in the land. She is a powerhouse. Hecate is a powerhouse. But you have to give it up to her, though. You have to give it up to her. Present it onto your altar. And say, here, Hecate, take it. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I've done my part and I'm letting you finish the rest. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And she will take it. And she will work it in your favor. She will work it in your favor. She will take whatever problems that you had when you gave it to her and minimize those problems. Get rid of those problems. And then give you, the witch, real significant and permanently positive change through witchcraft. She will. She will. But first, you have to listen. First, you have to be a good listener. First, you have to accept what Hecate says with no argument, with no back talk, with no doubt. You have to. You can't be a devotee of Hecate and have doubt. You cannot be a devotee of Hecate and argue, back talk, go back and forth, and stupidly try to negotiate. You can't do that. You cannot do that as a devotee of Hecate. It's not going to work. If Hecate is the Queen of Witches, which she is, she has to be the truth. She has to be the truth. And that means for you, the witch, the devotee of Hecate, that means that you do not question it. Hecate is not the type of goddess to test you. Like, what does that even mean? Hecate is not the type of goddess to test you before she elevates you or before she blesses you, because that's stupid. Can you imagine worshiping a god or goddess that tests you first before they bless you or before they elevate you? That's stupid. You know, when I was a Christian, I heard that all the time. Oh, God, Jesus tests you before he blesses you. That's manipulation. That's not a blessing that you want. It's not. Hecate, the Queen of Witches, does not test any witch before deciding to elevate them or to bless them. If a witch is doing his or her own part, if a witch is doing real world action to make their spells work, Yes, Hecate, the queen of witches, will add her strength to their own efforts. But there is no test. Who wants to be tested? Who wants to sit through a examination? That's stupid. Call it what it is. It's stupid. But you have to listen to Hecate though. You have to listen to Hecate though. If you want to elevate, if you want to be blessed, you have to listen to Hecate. You have to do what she says to do. And let me say this about that. Hecate would never ever tell you to do something that would get you sent to jail or make you lose your life. Okay? If you get in trouble, if you get in prison, that was not Hecate speaking. Hecate would never tell you to do something that would land you in jail, that would get you killed. She would never do anything like that. She would never encourage you to do anything like that. Hecate only speaks to witches who have ears to hear and want to receive her best. If you're not going to listen to her, she's not going to speak to you. If you're not going to listen to Hecate, she is not going to speak to you. Because you're not going to do what she says anyway. You're not going to go what she tells you to anyway. You're going to back talk. You're going to try to negotiate. You're going to try to say, well, I don't want to do this today. Can we do it tomorrow? No, you can't do that. Hecate speaks to witches in the way that they hear best. So Hecate can appear to you on a crossroads, an actual real life crossroads on the road. She can appear to you in, of course, dreams, visions, the billboard on the back of a bus, the billboard in Times Square, and music and songs on TV shows and movies, anything to get your attention. The best way that you hear, Hecate will speak through that. The best way that you hear, Hecate will speak through that. Anything to get your attention. But you have to be aware of it. How are you aware that Hecate is speaking to you? You see the same thing. Whatever it is, keep popping up. You see the same thing, whatever it could be, popping up. One way is that you keep seeing the number 13. You keep seeing symbols of the moon. By the way, witches, there is going to be a full moon on the 21st. All right? Yay! The goddess will be at the height of her power. When the moon is full, that is when the goddess Hecate is at the height of her power. And you can do any type of spell, ritual, hex curse that you want. When the moon is full, that is when things really start to become exposed. That's really when the truth starts to come out. So tomorrow is a full moon. So we have that to look forward to. I've learned that when you listen to Hecate, many of the problems that you currently have just go away. Bye. They just fade into the wind. They're not showing themselves anymore. They go away. You may have forgotten about the problems. If you want, I have always said this, if you want your problems to go away, do real world action and then give the problem to Hecate. If you want your problems to go away as a witch, do real world action and then give the problem to Hecate so she can finish it off. That's how you solve your problems. Because Hecate is the queen of witches. Hecate is a powerhouse. Hecate is mighty in the land. Mighty in the land. There is no one above her. It's Jesus, Muhammad, Allah are beneath her. Let me say this again. Jesus, Muhammad, Allah is beneath her. She is above them all. I know that might make I know that might make some people angry, but it's the truth. I said it twice, so you know it must be true because Hecate said it. Because Hecate says it, so it's truth. Hecate, let me say this again also. Hecate is the past, the present, and our future. Get mad if you want to. You will be okay. And if you're not okay, so what? It's still true. It's still true. When you listen to Hecate, you don't struggle anymore. You do not struggle anymore. Because no witch should be going through life the hard way. No, if you are a witch, you should not be struggling in life. If you are a witch, you should not be struggling in life. If you are a witch going through hard times, there's something very wrong there. Something is wrong. Maybe you are under the wrong high priest, the wrong high priestess, and the wrong coven. Or you are not doing enough real world action. I don't care if you are paralyzed. You can still do real world action. Because Hecate is limitless. That's why. Because Hecate is limitless. Hecate is limitless. Hecate is a goddess of no limits. Of no limits. Limit who? Limit what? Limit how? Why? Why even attempt to limit Hecate? And that's a big problem with witches, I noticed. Some witches try to limit Hecate. Some witches don't believe that Hecate can do what she told them she will. That's doubt. Doubt, hurts a lot of witches. Doubt hurts a lot of witches, unfortunately. It does. Doubt hurts a lot of witches. And we can't have that. I don't want, as a high priestess, I don't want witches to struggle. I don't want witches to go through life the hard way. As a witch, I want witches to have prosperity and abundance because they deserve it. That's why. Simply because witches deserve it. Simply because witches deserve it. But you have got to listen to Hecate. You have got to listen to her. You have to. She is the only voice that matters. I don't care what the news is saying, or your friends or family or social media. Every high priest, every high priestess of Hecate must never direct the coven member to themselves. The high priestess must always direct the witches back to Hecate because Hecate is their source. I'm not your source. I'm just a mouthpiece. I'm just her representative here on earth. Your source is Hecate. It's not me, okay? I am not your source. Hecate is your source. I just repeat what she says. I just repeat what she says. I am not your source. Even though I am a high priestess, I am not your source. Hecate, the queen of witches, is your source. The high priestess must always direct the witches back to Hecate, never back to themselves. I just tell you what Hecate says. And Hecate's word never returns void. It's never mistaken. It's never wrong. Hecate is never wrong. Never. That might sound egotistical. That might sound arrogant. That might sound like I'm boasting. But it's true. It's not. It's not arrogant. It's not boasting. It's not egotistical. It's the truth. And I'm always going to tell you which is the truth if you have ears to hear it. That's why I tell witches to always bring people onto the broadcast. Because they're hearing directly from Hecate. It's not about me. It's never about me. It's always about the Queen of Witches and what her word is for you. If you have ears to hear, if you are willing to listen to Hecate through her high priestess or high priest or through another witch. It's true. It's true. So I just came on here early on to reveal and to inform and to encourage witches to listen to the Queen of Witches, Hecate. And I'm positive, I'm certain that this word was impactful, it was helpful, it was informative, it was to the point, and more importantly, I want to encourage witches to listen to Hecate's voice alone if they are her devotee. So be sure to share this broadcast on your other social media platforms and tell a witch or two or three that there is a high priestess. Once again, my name is High Priestess Autumn Phoenix, who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches to be a voice for witches who have ears to hear and hands to receive Hecate's best. So thank you, witches, for joining me for this quick live pop-up broadcast, and I now release you into the rest of your morning. Bye, everyone.